Hey guys, so let's take a step back a bit. There's no charts, just me discussing stuff and going on a discourse. So grab a cup of coffee or something nice and warm, hot choco, I mean, hot chocolate or something. But if you're stuck in the snowstorm, do feel bad for you, but I hope you're safe. As Bob would always say in the trade room, he loves my melodious voice. So I hope this makes you fall asleep. I really do. My goal is with all these tiny podcasts happening from time. I hope it brings you to sleep because nothing would make me happier than clients. Considering my voice to be very relaxing and calm. So one guy posted it on a trade room. I guess I won't mention his name, but everybody knows who is in the live trade room who posted it. So the website called optionsellers.com, run by Mark Cordier and someone else, I forgot the other guy's name, um, has gone out of business. Okay, so basically, it's not a joke. It was verified by a local investment firm in California that they didn't. They basically lost $70 million. Okay, so they're managing 291 people's money and they lost 70 million just this week alone on options positions that they didn't expect to happen or didn't expect to blow up. I mean, with the market volatility and the two securities that took them out uh, are oil and gas. Simple as that, I guess. Nat gas and WTI crude oil. So let's talk about the first. Okay, so back in my prior life as a PM, a portfolio manager, those of you who are or were or are a PM know how this feels, right? It doesn't matter if you're putting the money to work or you're not. If you don't put your money to work, especially if you have a boss like I did, then he's gonna think you're a flake because you're not doing anything. It, I'm not trying to be all Christian or anything, but it goes back to that story of the parable of the three servants. If you went through whatever, I'm not trying to be all Christian or anything, but there's this parable in the Bible where a master gave three servants money, right? 3,000, 2,000, and 1,000, if I'm not mistaken. So 3,000 coins with all that stuff. So the servant 1,000 didn't do anything. He just buried it. Basically, didn't do anything, right? It didn't appreciate or anything. The master came back, got super pissed, probably beat the servant, because that's just how it is back in the day. The other two were able to get some gains out of those funds. Okay, so point is, if you don't do anything with the money, your manager, your floor manager, or your whoever is running the show is probably gonna get pissed that you're being lazy or you're just too scared. Now, if you put the money to work and your bets are all bad, then you're gonna be ridiculed for being a retard, right? So literally, you can't win when it comes to managing money. I mean, you can if you're careful and you can make a lot of money. Okay, that was always my case. I always found a way to, I mean, I never had like a year where I didn't lose money for sure. But point is, I always found a way to make money because I had to. It's not because I want to, but because I had to. I had to show that I was doing something. But that's the problem with managing money. And if you're a good trader and now you're thinking about taking your friend's money or your family's money or someone else's money, just remember that the pressure will never stop, right? For me, it was my manager. It was clients emailing me asking, "Hey, Mike, I heard about this fund. Are you putting the money into this fund?" Right? So it's a never-ending situation, right? And if that's not something you want to be involved in, don't go managing other people's money, right? Here at Equity Sense, we don't manage people's money. We don't. We're an advisory company, right? Of course, we could make more money if we took people's money and charge them commission. Many people have already asked us to do so. I mean, lots of you guys who are clients have asked us, "Hey, I'm scared to do this. Can you do it for me?" Right? We have the appropriate licenses to all the series. We pass all the series exams to kind of get that to do that, but we're not going to do it, right? Because it's just stressful. That wasn't for me, I left that life so that I could do this, right? So I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to be waking up at 4 in the morning and thinking, Jesus, I gotta make Bob like $6,000, $20,000. And the worst part is this, right? I've had some high value clients who send me pictures of their kids, send me pictures of just stuff to kind of give, to basically be a, no, I'm not saying to be a dick, but to kind of subtly remind you that their money is going to be useful for somebody, right? So it doesn't help because it already adds to your pressure. Okay, so that's why I'm perfectly happy with where I am. I'm perfectly happy with advising people on what to do and where I see markets are, and that's why like a lot of firms are happy to hire us to trade to teach our traders, right? But we'll never get to the back to the situation where I am. I'll probably do it if some big fund comes to me and be like, "Hey, Mike, we'll give you $2 billion. If you give us 20% return, we'll give you half of that or something." So I'll make $200 million right there and then. That happens. Sure, I'll close up shop. I'll quit from Equity Sense and I'll just work for that guy, right? But $200 million is a good enough reason for sure. So point is that at the end of the day, when you are a trader, right, if you're a retail trader, be thankful that you have the flexibility to get in and out of your positions without having to notify the CFTC, the NFA, and all that. Because CTAs, all these professional people, especially if you're a large trader, you have to notify, proper regulatory officials that you're doing this stuff, right? But for somebody like me or somebody like you who only trades 10, 23, 3, 30, 50 contracts, we're under the radar because we're still considered as non-professional. Once you start trading like consistently 100 contracts every day, oh trust me, your broker will start suddenly call you and be like, "Hey Bob, you've been trading like a maniac. You actually are trading like a hedge fund. Are you sure you're not a professional?" So um, it's just one of those things, right? So again, I feel bad for those guys who were managing. It looks like they really were trying to be as careful as they can, but you know, here's the thing that makes me kind of sad because all of these guys have the same access as we do. And I'm talking about Bloomberg terminals. We all look at the same screens. We all can afford 6, 7, 8, 10 monitors. Even more so, these guys can afford 4 or 5 different interns with MBAs who can keep track of different aspects of the market, right? And yet, not one of them failed to see that there was an OPEC JMMC meeting over the weekend that was jawboning the oil prices. Second, that there is a polar vortex. I even got the notification from the National Weather Service, the NWS. We still pay for subscription to those people, but they even told us, oh, with the risk of a high polar vortex, I mean, with the polar vortex high coming in to December, January, you got to be careful, right? So it's just one of those things that really breaks my heart seeing professionals, just do noob stuff. It's really stupid because they should know better. They really should. And I'm not trying to, Ray make his, add salt to injury or anything because he's already injured quite enough. He's crying in the video. Um, Point is, we all suffer bad streaks. We all suffer bad times. Don't get me wrong. I've been there. But the kind of person I am is if I need help, if I feel like I'm overwhelmed with all the tasks that I have, I will branch out and hire the right people to get help, right? I mean, Equity Sense people have seen a dramatic increase in efficiency in products and services this year because we've added 2 more traders on hand to really help us. And it has really freed up a lot of my time, a lot of Gavin's time, a lot of, like I said, it's made it super simple. We've broken down everything, and it's great to have new guys to kind of give us fresh ideas. And we've broken down everything that's core to what we do, and that's why you're enjoying the services. So the thing is, again, it's just kind of funny and sad at the same time that here we are. We had a really great week. We were on top of the GBP short. We were on top of Nvidia short, which was a good and nice trade. And then we're trying to make sense of the S&P this week as it kind of gyrates between 2,700 and 2,760. So there were lots of different and good trades for the rest for the week. It was just a matter of what your goals were. And for us, it was pretty clear and simple. We were going to trade this, this, and this. And we made a lot of money, like I said. So, the key advantage of a retail guy is that he or she can get in and out very quickly without having to worry about, what's happening with the entire place. When you're a fund manager, it's always going to be tricky because you got several people you have to answer to, and you gotta file the right stuff. It's just so much more painful in that way, right? So if you're deciding to go into the PM world, just know that risk. A lot of people have become billionaires being hedge fund managers. Don't get me wrong. So if you got a good head, you know, um, on your shoulders, and you're careful and you are very, very adept at what's going on, you're gonna succeed. If you're very, very, very cocky and you're not receptive to new ideas, you're not gonna last long in that business. I mean, there's so many funds blowing up because they fail to adapt, they fail to see things. There's just so many things. Like I said, what really kind of just makes me really sad, like I said about the option sellers, is that why didn't they know there was a JMMC meeting? Everybody knew. Even, you could go on Twitter, or you could just go on oilprice.com or whatever, and they'll even say oil JMMC meeting this weekend, blah 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 blah. Right? So, a seasoned trader will know that holy crap, there's something going on today. I better not do anything, right? That's just the way it is. Okay, so I mean, I love trading. I can't see myself doing something else. I've always been a guy who loves to put capital in something and see, look, and watch it appreciate. That's always been me. And my daily routine, right? So let me talk about my routine. That's the second thing. Okay, before Equity Sense, and when I was already a full-time trader, so I didn't have a job anymore. I quit the whole professional life and just did my trading on my own. My morning routine would be I wake up and check my phone, obviously, check my Bloomberg and see where things are. And after that, I go for a run or go swimming. Just do my morning exercise just to kind of get pumped up. Trade for maybe an hour or two, make some money, and then yeah, I'm free for the whole day. And this was before I met my wife, and before I got married, obviously. So the girlfriend that I was with at the time didn't even really believe in what I was doing because her dad lost so much money in trading options. So that's him, I guess, not me. But point is, it's hard to be with somebody who doesn't truly believe in what you're doing. So, you know, uh, long story short, basically, I traveled the world twice over actually, just to kind of because I had the ability to do whatever I want because I could trade. I had so much time. I just need to be at a Starbucks or any place that had, at the time it was still maybe 3G bordering 4G at the time, internet. So as long as 3G or 4G was fine, I was even enjoying, the internet speed was what, 50 Mbps at the time. It was, Google Fiber wasn't even around yet. So, you know, um, there was decent internet wherever I would go anyway. So it's just kind of funny, like I said, whenever I'm looking at everything, right? Like my daily routine was I trade and I was doing nothing. And that's sort of why we opened up Equity Sense because, we kind of still need some time to kind of, we need something to do to fill the time, I mean, because it's just, otherwise we're going to really run out of things to do, right? Even, those of you who are extremely rich listening to this, you know what I mean. All of us have our own hobbies. Some of you probably go with young, pretty girls. That's fine. That's all good. Some of you are buying cars. For somebody like me who's not into, buying expensive cars or buying expensive collections of watches or anything, it's just, I guess it was traveling for me, right? And after traveling was done, well, what else is there? I'm still not gonna go and buy a new, Rolex or an Omega every week. Not gonna do that. It's just nothing. It's not useful for me anyway. So it's just one of those things, like I said, right? So that's the routine, right? And you gotta so it just goes back, and I'll end this with some sort of existential sort of discussion, right? That you know, really, this weekend, think about it. Why did you become a trader, right? For me, I became a trader because I wanted to get more out of life. I can't put myself in a situation where I'm working 12 hours a day with somebody breathing down my neck that, he wants me to make money for him or something like that. Or you could be an employee and you're just pissed off because you're still answering the same asshole who keeps berating you no matter how hard you work, right? So for me, the driver was I wanted to live life, right? I wanted to enjoy my life. And, it reaffirmed sort of the reasons as well. Like several years ago when I had a health scare, I thought I had some sort of stomach cancer or something like that. I lost a lot of weight for whatever reason. And they found out it was just a hormonal imbalance and all that crap, which is thankfully it's that, and it was easily treatable, actually curable at this point now. So, it's one of those things. Like I said, right? I mean, what I don't, what my message is, what there are two messages that I want to make, right? That I want to, put across here. First, trading is difficult if you make it difficult. That's just going to be what it is. That's what happens with option sellers. If you're going to go down the road of managing people's money, learn to manage the stress because it's not going to stop. And lastly, um, try to get the most out of life. We trade because we want to make money. And that's fine. Nobody will chastise you or get angry at you for being rich. Just enjoy your money. Try to enjoy it. Putting it in the bank and not enjoying some of it is just painful because you could die anytime. It's just that's just the reality of where we are, right? You could go at some mall today and some idiot could be shooting up the place, or you could go on a plane and you have an idiot pilot who will crash the plane because he's depressed or something, right? That's the possibilities of you dying at any moment is just they're just a lot, right? Or it could just be as simple as driving back from watching a movie and some drunk driver or some guy who smoked legal weed is too high and just smashed your car, right? So I'm not trying to be bleak or dire or sad. I'm just saying try to enjoy life as much as you can because you never know. You just never know, right? I'm still in my early 30s. I want to be clear. I'm not a 60-year-old guy who's diagnosed with like prostate cancer or anything. I'm saying I'm an otherwise healthy guy now. The health scare is gone. But point is, it really got me to thinking. What is the goal, right? What is my goal for the next 30 years of my life? Because I mean, I'm still, like I said, in my early 30s. So of course I got equity sense going, which is fine. I love doing it. I'm teaching where I can. I'm consulting to SMBs and SMEs where I can. But otherwise, what else is there, right? There's still a lot of free time for me, and of course, I could go on and start a family, and that's fine. That's probably going to fill most of my time now if I'm going to do that, and that's fine. But for you, who you could be single, you could be whatever, you chosen not to have kids, or you're retired, again, try to get the most out of life. I mean, for me, every day, you guys, like all the chat room people will know this. Every day, because I mean, I'm currently in Asia. Every day, almost every day actually, when I'm done trading at night, I actually go out with my boys, with my friends, and we go for ramen, we go for some chicken satay, or some food, whatever. Just trying to enjoy. And I mean, being in Asia, I'm only spending what less than $10, right? So it's not like I'm going to Nobu or I'm going to freaking like I don't know Benihana or something, spending $300 every night. That's just not it. So you know, again, this life is fun if you make it fun, right? This life is hard if you make it hard. Trading and making money is easy. It really is easy. I mean, if you ask any of the guys in the chat room, you'll see that I almost make it look so effortless. It really is. There are days, of course, I'll scream at the monitor because the market's being an idiot, but that's just how it is. I mean, for example, today you could have been short the S&P probably midday, maybe at what 27.38, because you're like, oh, it looks like it's resisting at 27.40. I'm gonna short. So you didn't put a stop because you were confident it was gonna go to 27.20 or whatever, right? And then boom, Donaldo Trump starts tweeting saying there's gonna be a China deal. What are you gonna do, right? Your stop is hit, or you didn't have a stop. Your short, which was profitable, became red. So what are you gonna do, right? So that's my point, right? Whenever I trade, I'm always I have a stop limit for sure, but secondly, I always set my expectations properly and take profits where I can. I can never control when Trump will talk. That's not something we have anything. That's always part of our risk. The headlines are always part of our risk. But you can minimize the risk by minimizing the number of times you trade, right? So if you go every day and set out to make $1,000 or $5,000 and you've made that money in the first 2 hours, stop trading. Turn off your computer, shut off your trade app, go do something, right? If you have to go buy weed, go to some legal state and buy weed. Or if you gotta go chase women, chase women. Or if you're a girl, chase men. Whichever one, right? I don't care. But point being is that try to enjoy life because as cheesy and as corny as this sounds, life is extremely short, my friends. I am not even joking. Alright? Because the reason as well, one lifetime guy has been diagnosed with terminal cancer. He's probably not going to be long for this world. So it makes me sad because he's one of the guys who I really like, who's in our VIP room. But it's just what it is, right? So But yeah, so don't wait for like don't try to keep listening to all these really sobby stories, right? Go out there. If there was a girl you liked and you're still you're hesitating, stop listening to me. Go out there and just tell her, hey man, or hey woman, I like you. What the fuck, And yeah, like I said, just go out there and try to enjoy as much as you can because you know I don't like to see these people blowing up their funds. It's because real people are getting hurt. These it's not just the fund managers if they really are very doing it very well. It's also real people getting screwed over, right? So here at Equities we do our best. We try to empower our clients to learn how to trade so that they can do this themselves and really be good traders. And we also try to lead by examples. And again, the lifetime people know this. When I'm done trading for the day, I'm done trading for the day. I don't try to renegotiate my own rules. I'm done. I'll call out some trades if I see some, but I'm done. I don't just overtrade because I gotta show that I'm a good trader. I don't think I need to do that anymore. It's the proof is in the pudding, right? So I know it's a little bit long today. I do apologize if it's a little bit long. If it's already put you to sleep, I'm so happy because that's what I was going for. Take care. I hope you're well wherever you are. God bless, and until next time, bye for now.